time. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ay, call it a name, that's my mafia twin for Jordan Downs. Raise a finger, that's on gorillas, bitches going down. You politicking on Insta, and I'm out rolling rounds. Smoke his brother, smoking his brother, now we in the clouds.
Number game business, nigga, 4 fingers with a thumb. Hop out and chase him down, 100 round with a drum. I'ma stack the hundreds up, I ain't tripping off the dub. Every time I start up in the building, bitches know what up. Number game business, nigga, 4 fingers with a thumb. Hop out and chase him down, 100 round with a drum. I'ma stack the hundreds up, I ain't tripping off the dub. Every time I start up in the building, bitches know what up. Niggas know the name, really got it off the mud. Been stacked, been and met the plug, now I guess we the plug. Good game for the bitch knocker, that's the hole in one. Know we run shit around here, see how we pulling up. Black.
Yeah, that's YCA 80 bands. Rest in peace, man. He just lost his life like last month, man. He was pretty much ambushed, taken out at a smoke shop on the west side, man. Send our condolences to everybody that lost their lives and this war back and forth in these streets. Pray for all the families that's involved, because these dudes out here doing what they doing. But when they get knocked down or they go to prison, their families is doing that same time. Their families involved. Their families got to go to those funerals and those wakes and all that, and arrangements and raising money just to bury them. So, yo, we about to get into some content. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. This is your boy, Ill. Today, we gonna get into some reactions, man. We got Gbo Gaston. Gbo Gaston. Caught lacking again, man. This is a dude that been trolling, disrespecting Nipsey Hussle, a few other folks. He just been disrespecting, going around, trolling and what. And he got jumped on before, so I guess he got caught slipping again. Let's get to it, man. Political Street Views. Make sure y'all go ahead and run them numbers up, man. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy.
Y'all know he been trolling for years and getting disrespectful now. He was in El Camino from the looks of it, trying to get his education. Mr. Get It Done gave him a hard test and physical education, though. He ain't passed at all. Failed with flying colors. He got into it with Maj a while ago. He sent some shots his way and missed. He finally catching up with him after all these years, too. And boy, oh boy, he treated him like a punching bag and a doormat. Mr. Get It Done was feeling super good after that demo. He goes riding the Beamer and some more shit, riding around the Gaston music, talking about, oh, he a nigga, he got it going. He trolling. We'll be here all day if I went down Gaston list of who he trolled. He got a long list of all the brutal ass whoopings he took behind bumping his gums, too. Once he come back to his senses and gain consciousness, he gonna be right back to trolling and talking again. It's just gonna be somebody a little less dangerous in his eyes. Them ladies came in and scooped him up like the first team responders. They couldn't watch him no more. They felt like they was involved in his DP or something. This looked like a little more than a DP if you ask me. This was something like a put-off. Mr. Get It Done was getting it done.
He shot and he missed.
One eternity later.
Yeah, you look at him. Ha ha! Knocked him out. Gaston McWeenie. Yeah, yeah, nigga.
Yeah, nigga.
Get him up out of here.
Looking bad, boy.
He shot and he missed.
One eternity later.
Yeah, bitch. You bitch. Look at him. Ha ha.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to go on maybe Reddit, maybe it's on Twitter to see the video. You know how YouTube be tripping. Mr. Get It Done got done to him, man. He looked very bloody down there, beat up, and got the pumpkin head, looking bad.
Mouth. McWeenie. Yeah. Yeah, nigga. Get him up out of here. Bitch.
When Winnie Hut Jr. went on this troll campaign of his, this got a lot of people attention. Ruffled a lot of feathers, too. They just couldn't catch him out of bounds.
Real GBO blood, nigga. All over the news, nigga. F him, nigga. Talking about RP Net, nigga. F him out, nigga. You talking about, nigga?
You say you is? You say you is? Why you diss Nipsey, nigga? To be honest, what? Yeah, be dissing it. You diss the gang of niggas. That's the piece of all them niggas.
This nigga dumb as hell. He say he did it for attention. So you get your ass kicked because you trolling, disrespecting, you know, people that, you know, they got love for Nipsey, you know what I'm saying? And you just take it upon yourself, and because these is young gentlemen that's out here doing these ignorant ass things, you know, just trolling and shit. Don't make no sense. So you rather do all this to get your ass kicked. I mean, it's a video of him getting beat up. Looked like he was in the Ubers or the Troubles or whatever. But they whooped his ass down the street, stripped him and all. And this is the lifestyle that you paint for yourself, bro. You're a clown.
Say sorry, bro.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying
This nigga getting checked by random people.
Don't do that shit no more, bro. Yeah, what's your name though? Gaston, right?
Yeah.
You was one of them weak ass Long Beach?
Yeah, I was just a nerd, bro.
Lakewood, whatever.
I'm just a nerd, bro. I want to like y'all. I wanted to be like y'all. See this shit, this nigga mentally.
Weird ass clown. Apologize again.
I'm sorry for dissing all the day.
Say Nipsey, bro.
I'm sorry for dissing Nipsey.
Nipsey Hustle, homie.
I'm sorry for dissing Nipsey Hustle. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
All right, Nipsey.
This no cut. Get it. This no cut.
What's going on with these niggas, bro?
Stop. Big boy, stop popping. They got my blower. Outside, look. On the dead homie, you ain't got brick down. Stop popping. Dead homie, they don't like that.
Now, Gbo Gaston.
He ain't dead.
He's not dead. I did see a video recently where he was apologizing.
You going to the hood at nighttime throwing piss on Nipsey picture, all right. You did that when we wasn't nowhere around. Like, you kept doing, like, clown shit. But let Adam had came out with that legal gun and you would have hopped over into his yard and he would have whacked your dumb ass, then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you doing all that, like, for views, and he probably like, now I'm not even getting no views. Because he got his ass whooped. Go look it up. If you look up that video, he got his ass whooped pretty bad. He probably had some life-changing events that you know what I'm saying? Some people just grow up too. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out GBO if you is changing your life, but you know what I'm saying? You can never come around here. I ain't no apologies. Not with that Nipsey shit. I don't really play with that shit.
GBO, I don't even know him. I don't even pay him no attention.
I see. You too. I seen him in front of the Nipsey mural.
He came to Joe's Market when it was closed. And shit.
Beefing with you,
they shut Joe's Market. They shut Joe's Market down.
Beef with you.
They shut Joe's Market down 4 months ago. He came to the store like closed, shut down.
I mean,
Yeah, man. So got his ass kicked again. Y'all go check that out. That shit wow. Hey, man. Another brother that's been putting the ass whooping, putting belt to ass. It's been your boy Cowboy, man. Cowboy is not playing. Hey, make sure y'all go check out No Cap Neighbor Network. Expose the exposures. So Cowboy just got off putting mittens on one of his homeboys that was disrespecting him and Big U. So, you know, put him to sleep. Y'all go check that footage out too. Hey, but he got a message, man. You know, Cowboy said Wack 100, 600, and Eddie Boy are all working with the feds. That's a fact.
For these big homies that raised me, a couple big homies that I used to look up to, you know, kind of find out later in the game all these is faulty. You know what I mean? So what type of big homie do you want to be? You know what I mean? You gonna be one of the big homies that's gonna continue to push the negativity, or you gonna be a big homie that's gonna teach the youngsters how not to go to prison? All right, what type of big homie are you? So I look at big homies like Buster ass Eddie Boy, and you ain't did nothing for the hood but send homies to prison. You ain't did nothing. Now out here doing positive change. We done changed the community. We had jobs in the community, had it pop.
You said that nigga ain't did nothing in the hood or nothing for the hood but send homies to penitentiary. So he's saying Eddie Boy work with them boys. He working with them boys, working with them alphabet boys. Eddie Boy, the dude that covers his face and like he trying to stop COVID You know, yeah, this guy.
And now they're still scrutinizing, looking up something negative. How you gonna find something negative in a whole positive environment? You know, so you got these tearing down something positive that we had, and that's talking. They didn't know them. They wasn't around when we was doing our thing. So these just on the sideline, just talking, trying to get their likes up. You know, how you gonna speak on you don't even know? You know what I mean? I hate getting online and I gotta get roared up for these buster ass that I really don't know. You really don't know me. You wasn't even a part of none of the movement. So how you gonna critique the movement that we did on Slauson? One thing we did.
That's the truth, though. Now, I feel that Cowboy has to work on trying to ignore these dudes, because at the end of the day, nobody's putting no hands on the nigga, and he clearly ain't gonna back down if somebody's in his face disrespecting him or his homeboy. But they gonna continue to disrespect and talk shit because they know that's the way to get under your skin. They know if I keep antagonizing this nigga, he gonna come out. They gonna use you for content. You already know the game. It is what it is. Wack 100, 600, 80 boy, all of them working under that same shit, under the same program. They gonna disrespect. They gonna say little shit that's gonna get under your skin because they know that you the type that will crash out. Now I ain't seen the footage, but I'm hearing that you threatened Nina Boy and said you gonna pull up to his crib. That's a no-no. You know that. That's a no-no, my nigga. Any nigga pulling up to my crib, I got every grounds to take you out of here.
On Slauson, we made millions. And you, the big homie, whatever you supposed to be, you didn't do that. You didn't make no millions on Slauson. So let me tell you how the feds work, so I can let you know how we know for a fact Wack 100, 80 boy, 600 is definitely working with them boys. So y'all go back and replay the tape before Big U got locked up. 24 hours before they raided, cuz Eddie and Wack all the posted that cut was getting raided. They didn't raid this shit to the next day.
That's a fact. That's a fact, y'all. Wack 100, 600, being on that police ass shit. Police activity when it comes to them guys. Yes. And I believe personally that, of course, they wasn't doing the full investigation, but I feel that they had a hand in getting Big U locked up. Either if it's antagonizing his brother, bringing up cases or whatever, bringing up his alleged involvement and stuff. These are the motherfuckers that sat with this nigga, that was with him. You saw him on camera with him, smiling their face. All the while they want to take his place. These niggas is nothing but what? Backstabbers, snakes, conniving individuals.
So how did y'all have that information about cuz shit getting raided and y'all posted that before the raid even happened? Then when it was happening the next day, y'all was circling around. Think about that. How did y'all know 48 hours prior to cuz getting raided and y'all posted that shit? Then the raid happened. Y'all posted it before they even raided. Working with them boys. So now, you got the Eddie guy. I know for a fact he working with them boys. He's in court doing what he got to do. So now, he been looking at Cowboy trying to figure out what kind of smut he could do. So when you can't find how the feds work, when they can't find no smut on you, now niggas start trying to look at my financials. How Cowboy making all this money? How Cowboy doing it? Oh, that's some fed shit. Now you want to work on my financials. You know, when they got them big dogs, what they give them on? Taxes. Like that. You feel me? So now when Cowboy ain't doing no dirt, Cowboy ain't doing nothing wrong. So you can get the feds all the leads you want. So now, let's check cuz financials. That's what he know. So that's how I know for a fact who you working for. Cuz how could make that money on Slauson making millions? You big homies never did that. Never. So you can't tell me nothing about this hood that we trying to change. So if you want to keep the hood killing each other, you keep on with that propaganda. You know, and it's always that don't even be in the hood that's speaking on the hood. So the homies out there, nigga, if you don't see these internet.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, I salute any brother and sister that's in the hood, and they trying to give back to the hood. They trying to do something in their neighborhood. They still have that influence. You know, it's not easy. It's never gonna be easy. But the fact that they getting up to do it, they still talking to the homies. They're trying to give the homies some type of positive outlook on life. You know, because they just looking at the way shit is around them. So salute to them brothers. You know, that been through the life, that been incarcerated, all that, and able to come back and at least try to give them some type of positive direction to go in. You know, because a lot of these brothers just don't have a direction of where to go. You know, they got a lot of them are talented, man. You know, niggas be just thinking, oh, they some gang members, they stupid, they ignorant. A lot of times when they doing criminal activity, yeah, it's getting ignorant. That's the whole name. You gotta get ignorant, getting out there doing what you're doing. But there's opening for intelligence. It's a doorway for them to get back to their full essence of where they need to be as melanated people. So regardless of how they feel about this dude, Cowboy, and any other brother out there, at least they trying. You got these suckers that ain't trying, they don't give a fuck. Their whole thing is to like you say, spread propaganda, confusion, to down their own people. Those are the enemies. Those are true enemies. We're gonna get to this next content. Make sure y'all go to No Cap Network. You know, expose the exposers. We gonna get back to the exposure, but right now we're gonna take a little break. We still in the neighborhood. So shout out to Brian Blake. He's still continuing his campaign, going after the what he called the cop calling Crip. Said he Nash trashes Big U, the 60s, and the gang life, and co-signs Christopher Lovejoy. Let's get to it. AKA the Crip Cop. I'm gonna speed this up. Okay.
But you over here talking about gang culture, who's in somebody and who's a couple of officers that's refused to address 1090 Jake and his snitching grievance that he wrote saying that Jimmy Horry hit him in the head with a rock and a sock because he's not a quote unquote jail dude. I'm not a jail dude. I ain't been to jail. I don't know nothing about no. You talk about paperwork every day, bro, but it is what it is. We got some nice clips, some nice footage. I think he was really speaking his mind, but I also believe that everything that he's saying goes against what he's been claiming to represent all along. So maybe this is him dropping his flag or something. I don't know. Y'all tell me, but let's dive into this clip. Now, let me start by clearing this up. Big U was denied the opportunity to attend his son's funeral with family and friends, but he was approved for a private visitation, meaning that the officers will be allowed to privately visit with his son's body, probably for about 15 to 30 minutes. That's the usual amount of time that they give you for situations like this. Of course, somebody who's never been to jail wouldn't really.
Yeah, that's true. Eddie Boy, and they was putting this narrative out that the feds was gonna let him, the judge was gonna let him see his kid, and that was denied. Now they putting it out that he up in there going ape shit, you know, causing a problem, and that added to them too refusing, you know, to deny him to see his son's last rites. That turned out not to be true. See, these dudes work on trying to give y'all the play-by-play on people they don't even involve themselves with, they don't even communicate with. Eddie Boy don't fucking communicate with Big U. Whack 600 niggas don't communicate with this brother. But they'll come to the internet and slither their motherfucking tongue like a evil ass spider. I mean evil ass snake and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just speaking down on that brother.
Actually understand. They also offered him the opportunity to watch this service, you know, digitally. He can watch it through a stream, but he won't actually be able to attend the service. But he still will be allowed to privately visit with his son. Like I said, that's usually the inmate, the deceased, and a couple of officers. That's usually how that goes.
Right.
I don't know how people just flat out, oh, they denied him, he not it. Only thing they saying is we not allowing you to go mix and mingle with no people, but we will allow you to privately view and visit with your son's body. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into these clips.
So there's that. One of the things that the judge actually did was show a bit of compassion. So now you actually can't go there, but you know what? We will allow you to attend it virtually. I think if Big U is ultimately found innocent and he didn't do this, I said this in the Reloaded channel, he gotta leave California. if he's really innocent, he gotta leave. He gotta go. He'll never come back, bro. I would never come back to California. I would curse California every single chance I get. And
why you gotta leave California? Don't his other son stay out here, his family? The thing about the feds is they don't give a fuck where you at. They don't care what state you move to. If they want you, they gonna get you. If he's doing any type of criminal activity, it don't matter what fucking place he at, they gonna come to him. He is exonerated, which I don't believe he had anything to do with that whole situation with that dude RW. Look at the case. Really, it's a shaky case. It's shaky, and I don't really think that. I just don't feel they got a good enough case to convict him. But it's always free Big U, and this whole thing is just, if you notice, his family ain't saying nothing about it. It's just everybody else got their opinion on this whole situation. But I don't think he should leave the state. Maybe move out of the hood, yeah, but leave the state. But I mean, shit, hey, you never know. Biggie probably got another spot outside the state. We don't know. I don't know. It's not my business. But whatever he does, and whatever, he got to go through this shit, He got to go through this. And we don't wish that on nobody.
nobody could be mad at me. That's if Big U is innocent. I always say innocent until proven guilty. So I have no idea if he did or didn't do it, and I ain't gonna hold you. I don't want to know. I ain't asking no questions. I ain't going around. None of that shit. I don't ask them anyways. But in this case in particular, I don't think I would like the results I would get, nor do I think it would be any type of appropriate any damn place.
So the cop calling Crip just basically told us that he thinks that if he asks around, people are going to say Big U did it. he started off by saying, I don't know if he did it or not, to make it seem as if he's not, incriminating him. But then he finishes it with, I'm not going to ask because I think if I ask, I wouldn't like the results that I would get. Like, come on, bro. What are you? Why even speak on it? If this is your take and this is, what you believe, what you think, why even speak on it? This man is in the middle of fighting for his life.
Yes, I mean, I feel that same way. He's supposed to be from Roller 60s, Climate 60s, or whatever. So you don't see or hear any other 60s. 600, he don't count. I don't even consider Cuz from Roller 60. That nigga's a wannabe mascot. It's a wannabe. And Eddie Boy is a used to be. And, not even Cowboy speaking on it. He just sending his support for the big homie. You don't see, the only ones that speaking on it is the people who got issues with Big U. The only people speaking on his case is the people who got issues on, and other content creators who are trying to get some clicks and views. I would think that the homie being from the 60s, that he would, wouldn't even bring it up. It would be more of what Domino Keyway conversations going with. They just trying their best to show the light of Big U, not the darkness of what happened in his past, because you're all innocent until proven guilty, no matter what the feds and these, alphabet boys got on. So, I mean, y'all go check out Brian Blake. I ain't trying to get too long-winded on this, but what y'all think? They said Nash is trashing Big U. He speaks down on the gang life and everything, and allegedly he's co-signed or he's rolling with Christopher Lovejoy. We saw him with Wack spoke on him being down with the clique. So I mean, I guess he's an exposing. But yeah, man, shit crazy at the end of the day. But we gonna get to this next shit. And that boy Brian Blake, he don't miss, man. He clicked back at it. Wack 100 exposed. His brick baby paperwork straight. Where's is Wax? I said, where's Wax paperwork?
I don't believe that Wax calls people rats to get others to disrespect them or to cancel them. I think he really does it because he just wants to embrace snitching, and he wants everybody else to embrace snitching, and he wants everybody to be labeled snitches.
That is a fact. This guy, like I said earlier, years ago, when he started fucking with 6ix9ine, he looked at it as a bad money grab, and you can't be mad at that. He looked at it as a money grab. He saw that the non-trade niggas, they wasn't smart. They had the golden goose and they let it get out their hands, right? And it's like, all right, cool. He needed Act because Act was 6ix9ine's buddy. He needed Act to get him, set him up for the interview, boom. And at the same time, that blew up Wack himself. Wack learned from 6ix9ine, trolling and shit. He knew that he was a snitch. He didn't care that he was a rat. He said, he put it out there that, I don't really look at him as a real power or blood. He's not a real member. And basically put it out that they were taking advantage of a kid, which he was past age of a kid, almost an adult. And he was in the hood before that. He was messing with the Crips at one point. So it's like he saw Danny as a bag. He got a bag on him and built a friendship, but at the same time, he knew this paperwork, that snitching shit. I've been saying this. He don't believe you niggas. He don't feel that y'all gonna do anything. Nowadays, is niggas really want to go do a lot of time for knocking down a snitch? He know he a rat. This nigga's an informant, but nobody gonna do nothing. It's like the hip hop cop, the one they used to have. Now this one he's all in your face. He's a celebrity. You know he's a hip hop cop. So what? That's him. How a nigga that's a manager of Game is pretty much trying to make himself more famous than Game, more famous than Blueface, more relevant than them niggas, and he managing. Clever motherfucker, sneaky motherfucker, conniving, just like on rats. Gotta watch these rats, man.
So the world can just be one big snitch factory.
Right.
But that's not how it goes. And I see some misinformation floating around.
Sick.
So today I'm going to be taking the opportunity to address Wack 100's claims that Brick Baby is a rat. Now, this is not going to be like a documentary style video where we get into a lot of details, but I am going to give y'all enough details for you to be able to see the paperwork and make your own informed decision and not just be going off some theory that this dude probably created in his mind. With that said, let's not waste any more time. I want to start with this document because this is the document that everybody's using to say, hey, Brick Baby and Big U's cases are connected. So I want to start with this document explaining that, yes, the cases are connected. If you look up Big U's case on Pacer or Brick Baby's case on Pacer and you look up associated cases, the two cases will pop up. But if you look at the bottom of this document, it explains why. Both of these cases arise from the same evidence. So there was a wiretap going on, and this wiretap gave them enough information to charge Brick Baby with possession of firearms, but not racketeering. He's not charged in the racketeering indictment at all. Now, Brick Baby's actions, some of his actions are listed as overt acts in Big U's indictment because they are alleging that, part of Big U's thing was controlling guys like Brick Baby and having them, kick down, a percentage of whatever funds they might bring in from whatever they are doing. If you look at the Operation Drawdown poster that they posted everywhere, it got these guys' face on it. But if you look at the actual indictment, you will see that not everybody that's involved in that operation is on the indictment. Some people were just caught up in the operation. Not everybody is charged with the racketeering. Let's get the Brick Baby paperwork. If you look at Brick Baby's indictment, you will see that he only had 2 charges. Neither of those charges is racketeering. It's related to firearms. The indictment lists the counts. He only has 2 counts. If you take a look at his judgment, his plea agreement, his plea hearing minutes, all of these different things, it will show you that the only thing that Brick Baby pleaded out to is count 2 of his indictment, which is unlawful possession of firearms and ammunition by a felon. Not only does this demonstrate that Brick Baby only pleaded guilty to count 2 of his indictment, but it also tells you what is required of him in exchange for this plea agreement, and it tells you the penalties that he is facing now. Brick Baby does not have a stipulated guideline range like a lot of these other guys get, where they say, well, he can't get less than 20 months, but he can't get more than 50 months. If you look at the transcripts from the plea hearing, it tells you that Brick Baby is looking at a maximum of 15 years. And it's up to the court to decide where they are going to, place him in the guideline range, how they are going to sentence him. This isn't one of those snitch agreements, where guys got like racketeering charges facing life in prison and they get a cap of
63 months or something on their agreement. This ain't one of those situations. Brick Baby is actually looking at 15 years.
Brick kept it solid. I don't think he's gonna do the whole 15 years. And if he's smart, he'll try to get on some, programs, maybe a drug program, try to shave that time down.
Even though they say that whatever he says during this plea hearing could possibly be used in Big U's case, that does not mean he is providing evidence against Big U. In fact, it actually shows the opposite, because knowing that anything he says during this can be used in Big U's case, Brick Baby opted to just go in there and plead guilty to his weapons charges. He's not pleading guilty to paying Big U off. He's not pleading guilty to racketeering. He's not pleading guilty to carrying firearms in furtherance of the gang. Like these guys have weapon charges from years before the indictment come out, but all of a sudden now it's the gang's fault that they had a gun. He's not doing none of that. He simply went in there, he pleaded guilty, basically threw himself on the mercy of the courts. In some places we call this an open plea, where you don't plead guilty and get a stipulated amount of time. You plead guilty and it's up to the court to determine how they are going to sentence you. We've been seeing a lot lately of this with the feds, but that don't mean that's how it go all the time. You can go in there and cop out for 120 months if that's what you want to do. Brick Baby left the floor open, so I'm looking at a max of 15. It is what it is. When you look at some of these other guys, battle rap community, that have extensive backgrounds like the one Brick Baby has, but they get to go in there and plead out for, less than 5 years, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder what exactly went on in that room. Not me, I know. But considering that the battle rap community loves to run to Wack 100, I felt like this would be a good opportunity to demonstrate that Wack never really knows what he is talking about. Now,
This nigga don't know shit about paperwork. Countless people been exposing Wack for not knowing shit about paperwork. So I say, man, he been running this game and schemed for very long. And he play these niggas because they dumb enough to let him play him. Everybody want to be famous.
I haven't really followed the T Grizzly situation, but from my understanding, Wack done been caught putting out some fake paperwork. From my understanding, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But that's the same thing with this. He tried to manipulate the narrative by letting everybody know that Big U's case and Brick Baby's case are associated as if it's the same case. And that's not the case. They got different case numbers. It's different situations. Brick Baby was caught talking on a wiretap, and he said something about some weapons. They went, hit his spot, they found weapons. Brick Baby didn't plead guilty to carrying those weapons or having those weapons or using those weapons in furtherance of the gang, in furtherance of the Big U enterprise. He took his own weight. This is what it looks like when you take your own weight. When you face, because if Brick Baby would have went in there and said anything about Big U, I'm pretty sure that there would have been a superseding indictment filed, and you would see Brick Baby's name listed among these names that you see right here.
Hey, we're gonna stop it right there, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel, Fan West TV. What y'all think? Looks like Brick kept it solid. Make sure y'all turn your notifications on, man. And yo, what's that boy name? Gbo Gaston. Hope you learned your lesson. And what y'all think about Cowboy? I think Cowboy was right. Now, I think Cowboy shouldn't be pulling up to nobody's crib. Do not pull up to these boys' crib. None of that shit. Don't, that it ain't working. But we gonna get up out of here, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Go.
FirstFanRadio.com. FirstFanRadio.com. Got a grip, nigga, get a grip, nigga, with the gang and rollin' with the Alpine bang and chain. Tell me what you gotta say. FirstFanRadio.com. FirstFanRadio.com. Nigga got a grip, nigga, get a grip, nigga, with the gang and